Hey, welcome back to Cobb's Q. I'm Kevin Cobb. Thanks for joining us today. We're going to do a chili that we've won a lot of competitions with, and it's been more about office competitions, scout competitions, etc. No national competitions, but nonetheless, everybody seems to really love this chili. And 2 weekends ago, we took this out to Gettysburg and made it in the field, and it went over extremely well. So we thought, okay, I've never shared this recipe with anybody and what we put in it. So I used to make this with venison, and I used to make this with stew meat. And then I started changing the way that I did it, and I took sirloin or just a good steak. I'll start with the steak, and I'm gonna use fajita seasoned mix and put it inside of a bag and leave it in the fridge for 24 hours. And then we're gonna take the steak and we're gonna take a sausage and we're gonna put it on the smoker and we're gonna cold smoke it for 2.5 to 3 hours. Just the same as we did with the cheese, and you can look back at that video to figure out how we got the egg set up for that. Once that's done, we're gonna go ahead and put just a quick sear on the outside of the steak, and then we're gonna make the chili. So please take a moment and like and subscribe. We're gonna take this outside today so we can show you how to do it in the field with a little prep work like getting the sausage and the steak smoked ahead, and then go ahead and chopping up your onion and put it in a bag and bringing that along with you. Everything else can be done in the field. So let's get a Dutch oven, let's get a cast iron skillet, and let's get our Blackstone, and we're ready to go. We're gonna go ahead and put the steak in a marinade, and we're gonna use fajita mix today to do that. And I do this about 24 hours, and then we're gonna take it outside and we're gonna smoke it. I'd suggest you don't put those in there. I also use 1 cup of water just to make sure that there's enough to fully cover the meat. Okay, good enough. We're gonna put this in the fridge for 24 hours. Okay, day 2, all we're gonna do is place our steak and the sausage inside of the smoker. We're gonna cold smoke these. And we got a whole bunch of pepper jack, some special reserve cheddar, and some Gouda. We figured we're smoking, might as well smoke that at the same time. And then we're gonna go ahead and seal it, and then tomorrow we'll make the chili. Now we're gonna sous vide the steak and get it up to a medium rare temperature before we take it outside and finish it on the Blackstone. Now we're gonna go ahead and put the chili together outside. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna cook down about half of the onions we're using, which was a full onion, and then we're going to cook the ground beef with that. For a little fat, since it's beef flavor, I'm gonna throw in just a little bit of tallow and get that going in there. We're a little bit oblong in here, but that's okay because it's like any campground. It may not always be straight up and down. We're gonna cook the onion just a little bit to soften it up. Then we're gonna go ahead and put the ground beef in with it. At the same time, today, we've got our Blackstone going, and we're gonna finish the steak on the Blackstone just to sear the outside edges. And then we'll cut it up for the chili. We went ahead and threw it through the sous vide to get it up to our medium rare temperature, and then again we're just going to season that up. Okay, we got our ground beef in here. We're going to cook that up. Okay, we're going to go ahead and add a little Wagyu beef tallow to this as well. Spread this out, and we are going to just put a sear on the outside of the steak. This is more for just color. A little weight on that. And just give it a minute to get a little sear on the outside edge. Then we'll flip it, we'll get a sear on the other outside edge. And then we're gonna cut this up, and we'll use this for the chili. When we cut it up, we're gonna cut up very, very small, just for chili chunks. You don't want really large bites for people. All right, we're gonna go ahead and flip this. Just get, oh yeah, that's all I want. Just a little char like that on the outside edge, so when I cut it all up, it's got a little color in it. Okay, our meat and onions are finished. And thankfully there is hardly any grease in here, which is great. I'm going to set this aside, and then I'm going to remove the Dutch oven. Now we're going to take our Dutch oven. To do this, we're going to go ahead and remove the top. Take the lid off of our Dutch oven. Remove the paper that I had in there, and then we're going to set this right above the heat. It sits nice. This is a great way to cook out into the field. We're going to go ahead and add the rest of our, actually, we'll put a little bit of oil in here because of that. Just a tad. Go ahead and put the rest of our onions in here. Now we're going to take our meat and add this in. Our steak is done. We're going to take it up. We're going to go ahead and cut it up. Have it ready. Okay, to this, what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and use 2 cans of tomatoes. Usually I use a crushed can of tomato, medium size, but I found that, oops, wrong one. I like the fire roasted tomatoes, so we're gonna put 2 of those in here. Then to that, we're gonna go ahead, I know my Texas fans won't like me, but we are gonna add 2 medium cans of light red kidney beans. And then once we get that, we're gonna put some tomato paste, 12 ounces of tomato paste, and we're gonna fill the can back up with water and add that to it as well. With the kidney beans, we are gonna go ahead and drain it first so we don't put that juice in. We've got that, we're gonna stir this up. Okay, now we're just gonna go ahead and add our tomato paste. Again, this is 12 ounces of tomato paste. Once we're done with that, we're gonna add a can of water to this. Then we're gonna stir that in real good. Once we have this incorporated, we're gonna go ahead and add the rest of our meats. And remember, we smoked sausage and the steak last night. We finished the steak over on the Blackstone, chopped it all up really nice and small. This sausage, we chopped it up nice and small. So we're gonna place this down inside, and we're gonna take our steak, same thing, smoked and seared, bring that down inside the chili. Now, I'm going to use 2.5 tablespoons of cumin with 2.5 tablespoons of chili powder. I'm going to use 1 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. So I've combined all 3 of those here, and we're going to go ahead and add that in and incorporate that. And we just got through doing a 14-inch deep Dutch oven of this chili out in Gettysburg 2 weekends ago. One of my favorite comments was from one of the dads, says, if you guys eat like this all the time in the field, I'm never going to miss another camp out. So that was kind of fun. Now that we have that, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of ketchup. We're going to add 2 tablespoons of soy. And this one's going to flip you out. But we're going to add 3 tablespoons of Thousand Island dressing. And all I can say is I've won chili contests with this, at least 5 or 6 chili contests with this. So to each their own, but I find this is one of those secret ingredients that really makes a difference when making this particular chili. Now we're just going to stir this in really well. Let it incorporate, put it on low heat, and let this go for about 30 to 40 minutes to really blend all the flavors together, and then the chili is ready. All right, since it's a little chilly out here and we've got everything ready, I'm just gonna go ahead and put the lid on for a minute, probably for about 15 minutes. Okay, the chili is ready. Eric, why don't you take a spoonful and just tell me what you think?
All right, here we go.
One piece with steak, and I can see all that on there.
That's so good.
Yeah, you like that?
The spices and everything brings it so great together. The smoke flavor, I think I can sense a bit of that.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's good.
Oh yeah.
That's really good. Yeah, and so like this is a piece of the meat.
Yeah.
The steak that was smoked. Oh wow. It was so hearty because of that. Oh, that's an excellent chili.
Oh yeah.
Brother, fill us up. You do that. I'm going to clean off the Blackstone. We're going to shut this down. Okay, so anyway, thanks again for joining us today as did our chili. Again, we've won awards with it. You can try it if you like. Don't forget the Thousand Island. I know it looks different, but it works. So we'll hope you take a moment and like.
And subscribe.
And thanks again for joining us today.